Hello everybody, my name is Marvis of Marvelous Craft Designs. If this is your first time clicking on my video, here we do budget-friendly decor pieces featuring Dollar Tree and other affordable products. And today I'm going to be showing you 1,000,001 ways to make Christmas tree decor. I couldn't even really say that with a straight face. No, today we're going to be showing you 5 budget-friendly DIYs with the theme being Christmas trees as decor pieces. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people who would love to have a big old Christmas tree in every part of my house, but I cannot. So I'm going to show you 5 simple ways that you can add a touch of Christmas trees to each of your rooms. Also, if you are new here, I would like for you to consider sticking around. So if you would just hit that subscribe button and give me a comment. And to all of my subscribers, I'd just like to say thank you again for all of your support and sweet comments. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into these DIYs. So let's get into these Christmas tree decor DIYs. In DIY number 1, I'm going to use one of these houses from the Dollar Tree with the slats in them. It's already in a wood finish and I wanted to bring out that wood finish, so I decided to stain it with some Americana gel stain and maple. This is my go-to stain. Right now it's water-based and it doesn't have a smell to it. It dries really easily. And then I'm going to come in with these rub-on transfers from Redesigned by Prima. This is their Christmas tag collection. And of course, because this is a video about Christmas trees, we're going to use this Christmas tree rub-on transfer. And you have to be very careful when you are placing these. And as you can see, I'm trying to figure out my placement before I let it touch the surface, because once it sticks, it's going to stick down pretty well. And I'm just going to rub it on with my fingers. Then the pack comes with this little tool that you can use to help to rub on the transfer. And I just love how that reveals a nice design there. And then I just took the other side and burnished it. I'm going to come in with my X-Acto knife and I just kind of scored the edges because I wanted to have the design look like it's ingrained into the slats. Then I sealed everything up with some varnish by Waverly. Now I'm just trying to pick out my embellishments. At first I thought I was going to do this gingham pattern ribbon. Then I decided on the baker's twine and I said no. And then I went back to the original gingham pattern ribbon. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the house there. And I just cut out the size that I needed. And we're just going to hot glue that on the back. Should be using my finger protectors, but I am not, but that's okay. So we're just going to continue to hot glue that and line everything up and making sure it looks nice. I thought I was going to put some at the bottom, but I decided against it. And then I'm going to go in with my Distress Oxide, and here is the finished product. Now on the DIY number 2, I have some tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take a couple and glue them together using wood glue and hot glue. And I'm going to make a base here. And then I'm going to take 2 more of those tumbling tower blocks and glue those together kind of like an upside down V fashion. I'm kind of making them so they kind of hinge together at the top because we're going to continue to kind of layer some more of the tumbling tower blocks on either sides of the first block. So as you can see, I'm coming in maybe about a 1/4 inch or so up the first tower block. I'm sorry, I don't have exact measurements. I'm not the type to typically measure out things. I kind of eyeball. So I'm going to do that on both sides. There, I'm just going to continue to add a tumbling block about a 1/4 inch up. And then so I used 3 on each side and then 2 for the base. That gave us a total of 8 tumbling tower blocks. And then I'm going to attach that to the base here. And you can see I kind of broke the little hinge at the top that was helping to keep that shape of the tree here. As you can see, we're making a little Christmas tree out of the tumbling tower box. So I glue that to the base using hot glue and wood glue. I am using some Gorilla hot glue that's supposed to be able to stick to wood as well as using just the regular wood glue. And I also put some wood glue on top of the little tree here to fill in that portion where we created the hinge at the bottom. Then I'm going to come in with some Minwax stainable wood filler, and this is going to kind of come into the crevices and kind of hold everything together. And I also have this little old paintbrush that I'm using to kind of smooth that in. Then I let it dry overnight, and the next day I sanded everything down and wiped it down with a cloth really well. And then we're going to use some Moss Chalk Flake by Waverly. I just still love this farmhouse color for my Christmas decor, and I'm just going to give the whole thing a paint on the front, the back, and all the sides there. Then I have these little snowflakes from Hobby Lobby. I use some gel stain again, and I stain each of the snowflakes and just wipe back the color. And then we're going to glue the snowflakes to both sides of the top of the tree there. And I'm just using some gel super glue. Another alternative is you could have used one of those little mini cubes as well from the Dollar Tree to fill in the little gap, but I liked to make my little star that, I guess it's not a star, it's a snowflake, but anyway. So, and then I'm gonna dry brush with just some regular white acrylic paint because I like to make it look like there's snow. Then I have a little snowman that comes in those packs from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna go ahead and stain him again with some of the gel stain, and also dry brush that as well. And I'm going to add him to the base of my tree. It kind of looks like the snowman's kind of hanging out by the tree there, and I thought it added a cute little touch to this little decor piece. And here is the final thing. Isn't it so cute? Then DIY number 3, you can kind of pair DIY number 3 and DIY number 2 together. We're going to make another tree here, but this time we're going to use those wood shims. Wood shims you can pick up from any of your hardwood stores. They're really inexpensive, and you get a lot in a pack for the price. They're usually like maybe $1.99 or something like that. But anyway, what I'm doing is, you can see I am taking about 6 wood shims, or it'll be 6 once I finish here, and I'm kind of aligning them together and seeing how I'm going to make the shape of the branches of my tree. So I decided that I'm going to take one wood shim and then line one in the inside of the wood shim to help to form the branches there. And so they come with a thicker side and a skinny side, so I'm just kind of taking the skinny side and I'm aligning that within the first wood shim, and then I'm just going to continue to do that. And I use 3 for each side, I believe, there. And so I'm just kind of lining everything up and making sure that it fits correctly. I didn't like the placement of the first one, so I kind of took it apart, and now we're going to glue it back together again. And again, I don't have exact measurements of how I lined it up. I just kind of eyeballed everything. So if you're looking for exact measurements, that's just not me. I do apologize for that. I'm more of a just eyeballer, I guess this is what I can call myself. That's how I measure. I eyeball everything. So we're going to continue to align our wood shims for this first side. And you can see how it's kind of creating the branches, I guess you would say. And then we're going to come in with the other side there, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that they align and match those together before I start gluing that portion together as well. And again, still we're using our wood glue and our hot glue as well to attach everything. And then also I just want to wipe off the excess because we're going to be staining this piece too, so I don't want the wood glue will keep the stain from taking if you leave it on certain sections, so you just want to wipe that off as soon as you can. Then I'm taking 2 other wood shims to make the base, and if you align the thinner pieces opposite of each other, it'll create actually one solid piece of wood for you. So that is what I'm doing there. I just line those up and I glue those together as well. I guess to attach the base to, I could have used, you can use a miter saw and kind of make them mitered at a 45-degree angle so that you don't have to worry about the placement so much. But I decided I didn't want to go out to my garage and do that. So this is what I came up with. And again, I'm creating that little hinge like I did with a smaller tree. So I can create the peak at the top of the tree as well. And then we're just going to glue on our frame to our base here, and using the hot glue and the wood glue. And I like to create that little hinge because you can see how I'm kind of bending and shaping it and getting it to secure to the base. And then I'm going to reinforce everything with some more of that wood glue, excuse me, not the wood glue, the hot glue as well. And again, my hinge popped apart again, so I just reinforced it. And then we also come back in with our wood filler to kind of close up the gaps on everything. And we will let that dry overnight. And this is the next day we sanded it. And then I have my gel wood stain in walnut this time. So I went with a slightly darker color than what I used in the very first DIY here. And we again just stained all the portions of the tree. Then I thought I was going to use these little pit berries here to embellish from Dollar Tree, but I decided against that, and I just decided to use some twine. So I came in with my twine, and I thought I was going to create a zigzag design there. And I just continued to try to line that up, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I took everything apart. And so we're going to go back to those same snowflakes from Hobby Lobby that we used with a smaller tree. And you can see I'm just lining them up and trying to figure out a design. So what I decided to do was use the twine on the base of the tree, and then I'm going to come and glue the snowflake right over top of it to try to create my pattern here. So I put down the twine first, and then we glue the snowflake on top, and then I'm going to zigzag to the other side. And this is how we're going to continue to add those snowflakes and the twine to the tree. So you want to put the twine on the bottom, and then you're going to use the snowflake to help to hold it in place. So first glue the twine and then glue the snowflake right on top of that. And I just continue to do that in a zigzag pattern. Also, I kind of have to loop it underneath the snowflake in order to get the twine to lay flat as you go to the other side. So you can kind of see I'm kind of looping it underneath that bottom portion. And this is how that turned out. Then I have some of these wood stems from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use that as the base of the tree, or the trunk of our Christmas tree here. And so you have to make sure you get one that's pretty level. So I kind of went through that pack and I picked one. And then I just, again, continue with my wood glue and my hot glue, and I glued that together. And again, dry brushed. And here is the end result for that. And don't these two look cute paired together? I want to take this time to just say thank you to everybody who clicked on my video. And remember to share and subscribe. And on to DIY number 4. I started with some clay that I had gotten from Temu. If you had watched my Halloween video, you saw my debacle with that clay, but I decided to use it for this project as well. And so I had a little mold that I also got from Temu that was a tree-shaped mold. I lost the footage of me actually putting the clay inside of the mold, so that's why when I took it out, I had to end up cutting the pieces apart because I didn't put it into the individual sections of the mold. So lesson learned. But anyway, so I just came in with my X-Acto knife and I cut everything apart. And then I'm going to use some moss chalk paint and also some just acrylic paint in a sage color to kind of bring some dimension to these little trees here. So I painted the larger one in a sage color. I think that acrylic paint was by Craft Smart, and then of course the moss color was by Waverly. And so I just kind of varied those and I added some dimension. Then I have this gel stain that I believe that I got from I can't think, it was Magnolia Designs. I'll have to see if I can find it and link in the description box. Then I have a stencil from Essential Stencils that I'm going to use to cover this little Dollar Tree plaque. I forgot to mention the plaque here that we're using. That's just from Dollar Tree. And so I'm just coming in, I'm taping off the portions that I don't want to stencil in because I'm not going to use the trees. And then I have a little sponge brush and just some white chalk paint and snow from Waverly that we're going to be using for this project. And then so this is me just doing the reveal for that. And before I put down the words for the Christmas tree portion of the sign, I wish I would have went ahead and placed my little trees that we made, because you'll see after when I go to apply them, I had to kind of finagle to get them to fit in between the words. But anyway, I made it work. So we're just, again, taping down the portions, or taping up the portions that we don't want to stencil on, and with some painter's tape. And the painter's tape is also helping to hold our stencil onto our plaque there. You can also use Mod Podge to help you with the stenciling. I did not do that. I had some bleed in that, but I didn't mind it because I gave it a little rustic feel. And so I'm going to come in with my larger Christmas tree, and you see how I'm trying to kind of squeeze it in between the farm and the fresh to get it to align correctly. So I feel like if I would have glued the trees down first, I would have left myself a little bit more room, but that's okay. And then so I'm just checking my alignment, and then I'm using some E6000 this time and some hot glue in order to attach this to the little plaques there. One thing with when I let the clay pieces dry overnight, I didn't anticipate that they were going to be as pliable as I needed to. So when I went to attach this to the plaque, you'll see in a moment it kept kind of popping up, and I had to reapply the hot glue. I guess I could have maybe used some water or something to make it a little bit more pliable, or if I had taken them out of the actual mold prior to it drying completely, maybe it would have been a little bit more pliable. So I just glued down all of 3 of my trees. Then I'm going to come in with some ribbon. At first I thought I was going to use that shiny ribbon from Dollar Tree, but I decided on this ticking stripe ribbon also from Dollar Tree to use to create the hanger for the plaque that we're making here. And so I just cut down to the desired amount, and I'm going to flip it over, and we're just going to hot glue the ribbon onto the plaque. And once again, I am not using my finger protectors, but you should use finger protectors if you are hot gluing things there. But I think I've burned myself so many times, I just don't have any feeling left in my fingers. So I guess maybe it doesn't really matter. But anyway, and so also to help to secure that piece of ribbon down, I cut off a smaller piece of ribbon, which I'm going to cut into smaller strips as well, and just kind of hot glue that on top of the larger piece, and that just helps to secure it into place. And I just love the way that this sign turned out here, and I haven't decided where I'm going to hang it in my home yet, but look how cute it is, and look how cute it is with my little Christmas trees. Now on to DIY number 5. Now I don't know if we can call this last one a DIY, but I picked up these Christmas trees from Walmart. And I'm also using some little candlestick cups from Hobby Lobby. And I came back in with my maple gel stain, and we just stained up those candle cups there. And then I'm going to cut off the tags here for the little Christmas trees. I have one, I think these look kind of modern decor, which I tend to like to mix my decor pieces. So I know everybody loves the modern decor now. I kind of still like the farmhouse. I figured I would take these and make them a little farmhouse. As you see, they had a little metal piece on the top, and I tried to remove that using my wire cutters, and I broke the top of it, and I tried to fix it with some of the stain, but we'll fix it in a moment. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and just use some E6000 and hot glue and attach the Christmas trees onto the candle cups there. And I feel like the white one kind of looks like a ice cream cone. But it is a Christmas tree, so now that I've said that, you won't be able to unsee it. Well, anyway, to fix the where I cracked the ceramic portion of the tree, we're going to use some of this puffy paint. I actually got that from Dollar Tree. It works pretty well. And I'm kind of creating like snow caps on top of the trees there, so that I do that for each one to try to cover up that area where I broke the top of them. And then I'm going to come in with this glitter pack from Martha Stewart. I believe I got it from Michael's like eons ago, but this is my first time actually using it. So I have some gold glitter, and they have these little sprinkle bottles. So I just kind of sprinkled it on top like I was like dusted sugar on a cookie or something like that. But they worked pretty well, and I feel like it covered that portion. And these are how these turned out. They're so cute as well. And here are our finished products from today, and I hope that you get some inspiration from all of these projects. I love the Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. I think that is my absolute favorite. But give me a comment and let me know which one you feel like is your favorite and which one you think that you will recreate. And thanks so much for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Again, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I love to connect with you on social media, so I've listed my social media accounts here. Thank you.